Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and Happy New Year. Welcome to MSNBC, my snarky news broadcasting channel. I have with me, as always, my two lovely co-hosts, one of them being Ren from Revelations, and the returning Shitlords Anonymous, because fuck YouTube, that's why. And, of course, Ishtar from her own Twitch stream and Army of Snarkness. Hello, you two.
Hi,
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Shut up, Sparky. We are right on time.
I am, of course, Antoine the Great, and this is Help for the Guildless. I have not streamed in almost a month. It's ridiculous. So why
No
not
wonder
have...
you've been withering away from lack of attention.
So why not start it off with a bang with MSNBC? All of the news. None of the pants. And as you can see, right here we have the gorgeous Renovations all dressed up and ready for the show. How was your New Year's Eve?
It was great. I had champagne and the kids went to bed early.
Ooh.
Now fully school would start again because they're still here for the rest of this week.
Well,
Do you have more champagne?
I actually do have a little more champagne in the fridge.
There you go.
see, that's all you need.
Tiny bit left. I had like 2 bottles to myself.
Is that why you kept calling me to come take a shower with you? I'm sorry I did not answer. I did have to pass out.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sparky says he passed out on Doc's stream.
Yes, he did.
I am not surprised.
I was there for that.
Someone
was
who
asleep.
drinks as much Rolling Rock as Sparky, who is not the angry video game nerd, is ridiculous.
They tried to wake up Sparky several times before they kicked him off the stream. It was hilarious.
So let's see who we have in the chat so I can say hello to some people I haven't seen in a while. Let's see here. We have Jacob Gulf City Navo. Jacob Navo, how's it going? Trash Fire. Sparky, of course, is blowing up the chat. Ghost Dog. Damn Alien. Grim Brooding. How's it going, Ali?
Hi, Allie.
Hey.
Happy New Year, everyone. All right, let's start this off with... See, now, I was combing... As you can tell, we're missing someone. We are missing one person, and unfortunately, Florida Mox could not be with us because he's
What'd you
not
do to
feeling
him?
well. He's not feeling well. It's not my fault that he got drunk off of his own stash and decided that, he couldn't make the show. Something about a bunch of other people coming to visit and, burning down someone's house. I don't know. It's Florida.
It's possible that Florida Mox just is in Florida and got sick because Florida.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, combing through, because I'm going to be taking over his station today, there was a bunch of Florida Man this year in Florida Man, which I looked at some of them. They were very long, so I didn't want to do that. But I do have some wonderful articles, and I say we're going to start this off with just a quickie, just a quick one to dip our toes into the new year. So
Go ahead. Entertain us.
I will. Don't worry. Florida man locks keys in car to keep cops from searching it.
That's almost a smart move.
Because that's how it works. Monroe County, Florida. A Florida man thought he had a foolproof plan to keep deputies from searching his vehicle on Christmas Eve. He ended up spending Christmas in the Monroe County Jail. After being pulled over for driving 70 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour zone, 40-year-old Charles Albert Garcia, look at that beautiful face, looks like he's trying to rip off he looks like a discount Robert Downey Jr.
Almost does.
40-year-old Charles Albert Garcia even has the 3 names thing, locked his keys inside his car when deputies told him they would be searching the inside. His plan unraveled when a towing company unlocked the Lexus, allowing investigators to find not just alcohol, but cocaine, heroin, meth, pills, and marijuana. He was looking to have a really good Christmas Eve.
I bet.
Deputies said Garcia claimed the Lexus belonged to his father and that he was returning home with Christmas presents. Yes, the
What
cocaine.
kind of Christmas is he having with his family?
It is Florida.
Good point.
So apparently the Christmas presents were the cocaine, the heroin, the pills, and the marijuana. The meth was his.
Well, at least he put dibs on his stuff so that there wouldn't be any confusion at the family get-together.
Yeah,
Yes.
but putting his name on the bag of meth kind of makes it so they know it was his. That's the problem.
Yeah, but these are druggies,
They don't think that far ahead.
and they're very possessive of their drugs. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And again, Florida.
Hi, Mitzi.
When asked for his license, he admitted that it was suspended, but said it would soon be reinstated. Who wants to bet that was a lie? Authorities found that Garcia's license had been suspended since April of 2012, and that he had been arrested 3 times for driving while it's suspended. Garcia faces several felonies for drugs and driving with a suspended license, as well as misdemeanors for marijuana possession and obstruction. He bonded out of jail on December 26th. And there we have it for the very first quickie of the year.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Was it as good for you?
I need a cigarette.
Ghost Dog says, damn, he said all I want for Christmas is major prison time.
Yeah, maybe he did. Maybe he did.
Oh, Sparky says I had to spend 6 hours with ICE with the fire department searching a semi.
Ooh.
All right. So, before we go to the next article, do you two have any interesting stories from your New Year's Eve or Christmas or anything like that you'd like to share? I haven't streamed in a while, and we haven't streamed together. I know Ren got her channel back, so I know she's happy about that.
I got Shitlords Anonymous back, finally, so that show's back up and running. No news, no word on the main channel yet. That's sometime this year.
Which is vague at this point.
Yeah, YouTube is so good at letting you know exactly when you're going to get your shit back.
Oh, yeah. They're so good at that. The only other thing for live streaming over New Year's was learning that Sparky snores and falls asleep on live streams.
Sparky!
Well, that's what they're saying. He passed out on Doc's stream.
Yes, he did. And multiple attempts were tried to wake him up before he was booted out.
No, you weren't. You were passed out. Drunk is what happened before that.
And you were snoring.
What about you, Ishtar? Anything fun?
My car is finally giving up, so I have to buy a new one.
Mm.
You have to buy a new one.
I need to get a new car. My current car is an 09 Chevy Cobalt, and I gotta admit, this car has crossed the country and has been insanely reliable. So 10 years, and it's just now given up at 150,000 miles.
Wait a second. So this car has been reliable for you this entire time, and you're just going to put it out to pasture?
Well, yeah, because now it's not being reliable anymore, which means new car time.
That's just mean. Cars have feelings.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I named it Roadrunner, and I took very good care of it for many years. It's just...
It's its time.
It is.
Unfortunately, the car it's reached its time where it needs to go off to a farm somewhere.
And the thing is, for somebody who's willing to do the maintenance and who can actually do all the maintenance and afford to do the maintenance, which I can't, it's still going to be a good car.
You heard it right here, folks.
Beautifully, but I, don't have the income I used to have for various reasons. So I need a car that I'm not going to have to pay $1,500 when I take it to the dealership and they give me a huge list of things that need to be fixed on it.
You heard it here, folks. First MSNBC of the new year, and Ishtar is already begging for money to help keep her car in order.
I'm sorry. Ren, did you hear me asking for money?
No.
At any point in time, did I say, I need money?
No, you did not.
You did say that you couldn't afford to take it to the mechanic.
Yeah, but there's a difference. When I came out and openly admitted to people I needed help with dental bills to have wisdom teeth taken out, I outright stated, donate money. She just said she doesn't have the money. That's why she's getting a new car.
Ren, I'm trying to get all of us paid.
I know.
Grim Brooding wants to know if it had all of its shots. Did you get all of its shots?
Yes, it is fully vaccinated and has its license and its rabies shots, so it is ready for adoption. Anyone who wants to adopt it, let me know. There is a $750 rehoming fee, which is about half of what it's technically worth, according to Kelly Blue Book. It's a very nice car. It's not at all temperamental. It's just old.
No, Sparky, put the shotgun down. No, the car still has so much to give.
Don't you kill the car.
We're trying to find it better pastures. Not
put it down for glue.
Ghost Dog says, Antoine, your rent is about to double. Shut up.
It does snow roll over. It just depends on what's in front of it that it rolls over. Damn alien.
All right.
Sparky! You're terrible.
All right, let's get on. Let's re-rein this in so we don't have to worry about the car blowing up in the middle of the pasture.
Crying for its little car family.
You took it away from its car family.
I didn't take it away from its car family. Someone else did. I've given it a good and loving home.
And now you're just kicking it to the curb.
No, I'm rehoming it. I'm rehoming it.
She's going to make sure it has a nice new home.
All right. As long as it has a nice new home away from Sparky.
Far away from Sparky.
The Office Space treatment.
No.
All right, so let's go from Florida Man all the way to the gorgeous Red, and let's do some cringe, shall we?
All right. How cringy do you want to start with?
Well, it is the very first thing in the title. MSNBC, PETA, 8-year-olds, and AI.
Oh, we'll go 8-year-olds then.
Oh, God. I hate you, Red. That was not the first thing in the title.
First thing I noticed.
Come on.
I'm sure you do, Sparky. I'm sure you do. You are being very bad, though, right now. You're being very bad.
You know, I restarted my computer before this happened, and I have... Go ahead and start reading.
All right.
I'm trying to get this thing going, and it's...
Well, everyone, the headline of this one is 8-year-old pupils are to be told boys can have periods too under new sex education lessons guidelines.
What?
Yeah, I heard about this. This is some bullshit.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, Ren,
Yes.
back me up here. Being female, we are by genetics predisposed to having a period, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now this is where we switch over to Antoine. Antoine, being male, are you by genetics predisposed to having a period?
No. Believe me,
So what the fuck?
If I bled from my penis once a month, people would know about it.
Yeah.
I'd hear nothing but belly aching from the bathroom. And then I'd be like, just shove a tampon up it, you'll be fine.
Yes.
But the fuck?
Apparently, sex education lessons in which pupils as young as 8 years old will be told all genders have periods.
Why are they lying to him? And by him, I mean everything male and 8 years old.
I don't know why they're getting, but this article is slightly newer, and it's from December. It is now being condemned as unnecessarily confusing for young children. The classes follow guidelines that were issued to teachers to help them avoid offending girls who identify as boys.
There we go, I'm back. Jesus Christ, this fucking program.
Yes, exactly.
No.
Run, children.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you.
Alright, good.
Oh my god.
Yes. The teacher guidance from Brighton and Hove City Council states, trans boys and men and non-binary people may have periods. It says language about menstruation must be inclusive to all genders and orders that bins for used period products are provided in all toilets for children.
They're 8! The fucking 8! What?
Brooding, you took that to a very dark level there.
Oh, grim.
Yeah. Apparently they're confused as to why they're facing some backlash with people going, you're gonna confuse the children.
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
What are they gonna do when the boys hit puberty and suddenly wonder why their balls are dropping as opposed to getting their period?
Yeah.
What do you tell your kid at that point? I'm sorry, Timmy. You're third grade? I don't know.
Grade, yeah.
Third grade teacher was lying to you, and rather than explain the difficult facts of life to you, we just went with it. I am all for increased sexual education. I firmly believe that education is probably way better than just about any birth control. You're going to birth control sex prevention. That's the word.
Yeah.
Sex prevention you will find anywhere out there because it's fucking scary. However, can we make it factual?
Yeah. And even feminists are coming out against this too.
Well,
Hallelujah.
I love this sentence right underneath the picture. The emergence of the guidance comes after it was reported that the state secondary in Brighton has 40 pupils who do not identify as quote-unquote the gender presented at birth. How much do you want to bet that every one of those 40 students has a parent with bright-colored hair who doesn't shave her armpits and who hates men?
Excuse me, I have bright colored hair. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but you shave your armpits and you don't hate men.
Yeah, you're reclaiming the bright hair. We could take that back. That was our thing before they took it.
True.
We're just taking it back.
True.
I just like the feminist Julie Bindel, who said, to tell impressionable children that boys can also menstruate sidelines girls who should be getting support when they start their periods.
I
So,
agree. I fucking agree. Except, what did you say, Julie Bindel?
Julie
Bindel is considered a TERF. And TERF is a bad word. It's a exclusionary radical feminist.
She does not necessarily agree with the trans thing, so.
Oh, God.
Though it is interesting to see. Also, a quote from this article, earlier this year, the Mail on Sunday revealed how the NHS guidebook stated that males living as women were being invited for tests to check for cervical cancer.
What?
What might they not have?
Wait. So they have men who live as women who are bending over. I'm sorry. Are getting up in the stirrups and then having the gynecologist massage their prostates.
Yeah.
No.
Someone shoot me now. God. I don't.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm there. I'll be right back.
No, I don't actually mean for you to shoot me.
She does need you to pay your rent, so.
That is true.
You're useful for now.
Yeah, Ghost Dog puts it as plain as day. Why are people so fucking stupid? Men's balls drop and women have PMS.
And men suffer from PMS.
We do. I'm not gonna lie. It gets thrown at us every month.
Well, that's just the month. That's just the time of the month you go fishing, or take lots of extra time at work.
Oh, she brought me rum chata. That works too.
She brought you liquor.
She did, because I'm gonna need it.
Oh wait, I still have some leftover champagne.
He's got rum chata. I have Bailey's because this shit needs booze.
Well,
yeah.
It is your turn, Ishtar.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh, Florida Mox's cousin is in the chat. Little J Moxley is here.
Little J Moxley, how is Florida Moxley? Is he miserable? Have you given him all the chicken? There's a lot of chicken in Florida. You just got to catch him running by the side of the road.
No. Those are called Cubans, not chickens.
Ow. Ow. Grim brooding. I grew up with 5 females in a 3-bedroom house. Oh, my dad can sympathize with you, Grim brooding.
Yeah,
Until my sister started getting married, he was the only male in our house. Him and 1 dog.
No.
There were 4 of us and my mom.
Oh, that poor man.
Mm-hmm.
Moxley says that Florida Mox got bit by a whore, which means he's going to now turn into a were-whore during the next full moon.
Can we put him out on the corner?
Oh,
Probably.
poor Grim. He grew up in a house with 5 women.
I just said that.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I missed that. I was getting liquor.
Yeah, she was getting liquor. So,
okay. We're all drinking it up tonight.
And it is your turn, Ishtar. So let's hit us with some creepy or some science.
Okay. So, do we want aliens, Egypt, or space? Which are not the same thing. Yet somehow they're all related. Go figure.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Let's go with space.
Space. How about space in 2019 will be all about the moon and 1 weird asteroid.
Ooh.
I thought you said this was a long one.
This is, so I'm probably going to be skipping stuff.
Weird asteroid.
50 years after Neil Armstrong's historic step, robots from China, India, Israel, the US, and elsewhere are heading back. Much of the major space news from 2018 seemed to involve either big new robots or robotic spacecraft traveling to faraway places. But 2019 appears to be focused on a single celestial body that is not Ren's, our moon.
Although her body is celestial.
Absolutely.
As in, it makes you see stars.
I was going for the goddess angle, but that works too. For sky watchers, a super blood wolf moon, which is a combination of total lunar eclipse and the moon at its closest point to Earth, will put on a show in late January. All the pagans will be dancing around naked outside.
Especially
we need to go visit Portland.
Yes, we do. A lot of space organizations have big plans for their own for our sole natural satellite. Within days, China's space agency could land its Chang'e 4 craft. Yes, I know, I butchered that. Fuck off. And the rover it carries on the far side of the moon. The lander will explore the area near the South Pole on the side of the moon that always faces away from Earth.
Oh, so China is going to the dark side of the moon. Someone cue Pink Floyd.
Are they going to find space?
Just thinking that. Maybe. They would be Nazi zombies, though, according to the really horrible movie.
Mm.
Hey, there you go. There's a movie for your shitlords anonymous.
Oh, I don't think we can get away with that one. No, we did watch Santa versus Satan.
Isn't that a great one?
There's a real movie called Santa vs. Satan.
Oh yeah,
Satan in the end.
Yeah, and the MST version of it, MST3K version, is freaking hilarious. Yes, thank you, Tyro. Iron Sky. That's the name of the movie.
Iron Sky, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's kind of funny. Yeah.
Lunar traffic will likely pick up with a planned lander/rover mission by India's space agency that could launch as soon as January 30th. A few weeks later, a SpaceX Falcon 9 is scheduled to send the first Israeli lunar lander on its way. The latter is the product of private company Space IL, which was the sole Israeli team to compete in the Google Lunar X Prize. Although the competition ended without any winners making it to the moon, Space IL and at least 3 other finalists, Berlin's PT Scientists, India's Team Indus, and Florida-based Moon Express, because of course it is.
Why? You know what? Why you got to step on my thing for this week?
What?
The Florida.
You know, I did not choose to have them entering into the moon landing contest. Though we need to find out where Florida Mux went, because he may not be sick. He could be in the lander.
He could be going to the moon.
Oh, Tyro! Tyro says, anyone else look at the Israeli probe and see those braids that Orthodox Jewish men have? I do now! I didn't before, but I do now.
Shame on you all. Moon Express and a 5th X Prize finalist, Astrobotic, have also been chosen to work with NASA to send new science experiments to the surface of the moon. At a press conference in November, the space agency said the first commercial lunar payloads from the program could fly in 2019. They'll likely demonstrate technology needed to develop future lunar landers and missions. It may not be a total coincidence that so many programs are aiming for the moon in 2019. This will mark the 50th anniversary of the first Apollo landing on the moon and Neil Armstrong's historic steps on the surface. NASA has been planning a celebration for a long time now, and there will be different events happening at locations across the United States. Big surprise.
Look, we all know that the moon landing was faked in a backstage area in Hollywood. We do not need to send all of this shit to the moon. This is all just bullshit. It's all stuff that they're just trying to make us believe that the Earth is round.
Antoine. You need to run your antivirus. You got hit with another conspiracy Trojan.
Did not. The Earth is flat, damn it.
Run your antivirus, dude.
All right,
now.
all right.
While he's doing that, not every space mission will be heading to the moon in 2019. Numerous launches of satellites and missions to the International Space Station are planned. Right now, at least a few of them are set to take advantage of the massive SpaceX Falcon Heavy, which we haven't seen in action since its spectacular, if somewhat silly demonstration launch of a Tesla last February. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk has also promised that we'll see short test flights or hops of his Starship, meant to eventually carry people to the moon, Mars, and beyond. This will likely come after the demonstration of another important SpaceX product, the Crew Dragon spaceship, that will carry astronauts to the ISS from American soil for the first time in several years. Crew Dragon's unmanned test launch will be followed later in the year by the debut of Boeing's new Starliner, which will also ferry crew to the ISS in the future. Let's see. Russia will also be launching a rocket, a Soyuz rocket carrying the first 10 OneWeb satellites, which are designed to provide broadband internet service from a low Earth orbit. Musk and SpaceX have promised to launch competing services so that we have something to go up against the Russian bots. Let's see. Musk's fellow billionaire space enthusiasts are looking to keep busy in the next year as well. Richard Branson's Virgin Orbit could move closer to its own satellite launch service, while Virgin Galactic may send its first paying customers into space for sightseeing missions.
Wait a second. You said something about Russians?
Yes.
So this is all Trump's fault?
No.
But
No.
Russians and Trump, it's as plain as day.
Did you not use your antivirus software?
It's still running.
Yeah, I was about
Okay.
to ask if that's still running. Okay. Let's see. We should expect to see more from Jeff Bezos' owned Blue Origin, which will partner with NASA to send science payloads on a trip to space. Same thing later on with Musk and Branson. Let's see. Lots of missions are already underway. The new year begins. Several will reach their targets over the next 12 months. The action began in the first hours of 2019 as NASA's New Horizons flew by super distant object Ultima Thule in the Kuiper Belt. I don't know how. Kuiper Belt? Q-I-Q-U-I-P-E-R.
I don't even know where you are.
More mission milestones.
Oh, mission. What?
Go back up.
Back up.
Hold on. I'm on the wrong screen. Right there. That's where I am. So if you go up one more.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Okay. A few other spacecraft will get even closer to space rocks in 2019. Both Japan's Hayabusa 2 and NASA's OSIRIS-REx will spend part of the year making preparations to swipe samples of the asteroids Ryugu and Bennu, respectively. Tyro, I apologize right now because I cannot pronounce any of these words. Hayabusa 2 is scheduled to collect its sample this year, while OSIRIS-REx will wait until 2020. They have to take
Wait,
turns.
I thought OSIRIS-REx was the new dinosaur in the next Jurassic World movie.
Nope.
Entirely possible. But this is a predecessor for it.
Oh. Grimm says that, gentlemen, we need to build a wall in space. Make the illegal aliens on Mars pay for it.
He's still running his defrag or his. I cannot speak tonight.
See,
Holy crap!
It's moving over to you too.
I'm not even a cyber sapien. I shouldn't be able to catch viruses like this. Anyway. Elsewhere in the solar system, NASA's Juno spacecraft is scheduled to make 7 more close passes by Jupiter in 2019, hopefully leading to a better understanding of the mysterious massive planet. On the smaller, redder world next door, the recently landed Mars InSight probe will get to work drilling into the Martian surface to explore the planet's interior and to listen for Mars quakes.
You know, NASA doesn't need to send more spacecraft to explore Jupiter. I can explain exactly what Jupiter is. My ex-wife.
Oh.
You want to know something funny?
What?
Jupiter is named after Zeus. All of the moons and everything around Jupiter, all the major ones, are named after Zeus's or Jupiter's romantic interests.
You mean all the women he raped while pretending to be animals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gross.
You know who Juno is?
That's Athena.
No, that's his wife. That's Hera. They're sending Hera to check up on Jupiter and his girlfriends.
That's funny.
NASA has a sense of humor.
Dude. Alright, so is there anything else you want to talk about of note in this? Or can we
let's see. Okay, let's look at the celestial stuff.
Alright.
We're going to have the usual array of annual meteor showers, but nothing notable. Things will kick off with the super blood wolf moon, January 20th. A few rare celestial events to mark in your calendars include Mercury's transit across the sun on November 11th. There's another total solar eclipse, but this one will be on July 2nd and will only be visible in South America and the South Pacific.
And it's not going to be of the moon. It's going to be of my heart.
I'm going to come in there and hurt you. And we will receive a close pass from a particularly weird asteroid named 1999 KW4, which sounds like a radio station, making its once every 18 years visit through our neighborhood on May 25th. This potentially hazardous asteroid is a big one, perhaps as wide as a small town or Antoine's ego, with a diameter of up to 3 kilometers. It's also...
No, that's not even close to how big my ego is.
It's also a binary system, meaning it's orbited by a second or a smaller asteroid moon.
See,
even
celestial bodies know that there's only 2 genders.
Not to worry, though. Although it's classified as a potentially hazardous due to mainly its size, it will sail by us at a very safe distance of over 5 million kilometers. So, yeah, we're going to be... busy in the skies above. The aliens are going to have to do a lot of dodging.
A lot of extra hassles.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Somebody else's turn.
Yeah, it's Florida's turn. Since, in honor of all of us drinking and my antivirus program finishing, I don't know how I got those.
I told you to stay off those websites.
Were you on Reddit?
No. Who goes on Reddit?
4chan.
Oh, worse.
Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
I asked you for interesting things that happened on New Year's Eve. I found what happened to Florida Mox.
Ooh,
Did
what
you?
did Florida Mox do?
Florida man arrested for allegedly stealing $500,000 of tequila on New Year's Eve. To use Florida Mox's word, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Deputies say they found the men attempting to transfer approximately 966 cases of Patron from a semi-trailer on early Monday morning.
Allegedly.
4 men were arrested early Monday morning and accused of stealing more than $500,000 worth of Patron tequila in Tampa, Florida. Deputies say they found Vidal Estrada, Lemuel Escobar, Humberto Ramirez, and Alberto Abaya taking cases of Patron tequila from a stolen semi-trailer after a driver found it was missing following a stop for dinner in Tampa, according to the Hillsborough.
You made those names up.
I didn't make them up. They're right there in the article.
Yep, those are their names.
And they are as Mexican can be.
I mean, holy crap.
And they were stealing that much tequila.
And let's not. I mean, come on. They were. I mean, tequila. Could they be any more stereotypical? Although they did plan it. It says that the truck was stolen when the driver went for dinner. The men had allegedly already transferred 20 cases of the tequila to a box truck registered to them before deputies found them. There it is, right there. Look at all that. I think Ishtar can. That's one night for Ishtar.
It's
a good night. It's a good night for everyone else who's watching her drink all of it. But I mean, you know,
I get flirty as shit on tequila.
There were approximately 966 cases of the tequila with a retail value of $507,105, according to the sheriff's office. All 4 men were charged with resisting an officer without violence, grand theft, and burglary of an unoccupied conveyance. A buyer, 46, was additionally charged with possession of a controlled substance. The men are It was meth. The men are being held in jail and scheduled to appear in court on Tuesday.
Hey, Moxley, there's nothing wrong with getting flirty on tequila. That's fun.
I am a very white woman. I have no objections to that.
So are you saying you're a woo girl?
I don't know. Check our last drunk stream. Did I woo?
I don't think you wooed.
Yeah, then I'm not a woo girl.
Yeah. Woo girl is a different level of white girl. There's white girl who gets flirty on certain alcohols. Then there's woo girl.
And then there's white girl, wasted white girl. Where it's ugly white girl wasted.
I don't think I've ever gotten white girl wasted. I'm flirty on tequila white girl.
Yeah.
The whiskey makes me whiny.
All right, gorgeous. Ren, it is your turn.
All right. Let's go PETA.
PETA. All right, PETA it is. We all like laughing at PETA because they're not real people.
No. And PETA is saying, you can't call yourself a feminist if you eat eggs.
This does not make any sense. I'm supposed to get you some tequila-ish.
Sweet.
We do have that Exo Cafe.
Yep. I'm not seeing a problem here.
She's not saying no to tequila.
Yeah, when it's your turn to read, I'll go get you some. How's that?
Yes.
Woo.
But apparently a
Now I'm a
feminist
woo
got
girl.
pissed off because there was an article headline that was why real feminists should stop eating eggs. And yes, people for the ethical treatment of animals, it is basically saying you are not a feminist. Because if you are supporting the industrialized chicken farming group that, quote, takes, their quote from them is, what does it mean then when a woman takes another female's eggs without giving a thought and readily paying money for her eggs, knowing she was imprisoned, her reproductive cycle was controlled and manipulated, and she was forced to bear young on someone else's timetable?
Did she get paid for it?
I think they're referring to the chickens.
Oh, well, that doesn't matter.
You know what I say to that?
Woo?
Fuck her, because I bake a lot. I need those goddamn eggs. She can suck it up and eat the cookies.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don't worry. The feminists eat tons of cookies.
Yeah, well, you tell them that they can't have eggs, can't have cookies because no eggs, and they'll pretty much start. So yeah, this is feminism starting to eat it themselves because this feminist is pissed, saying that it's an overreach to say don't eat eggs if you're a feminist. And yes, they are brooding. Yes, they are.
I can see why they would say it, because they're trying to hook in to this whole thing of identity politics, right? If you look at it from their perspective, which is really hard because it means you have to lose at least 3/4 of your brain.
Mm.
PETA is trying to say that every chicken is a female, which is true. Roosters are the males, but they also have feelings, and they also have, bodily autonomy, and they also have, the right to choose.
Chickens are the birds that when you break their necks, they keep running around before they realize they're dead. These are not bright animals.
They're also related to the turkey, which if it rains, a turkey will look up at the water and drown with the water dripping into its nose.
Yeah, and chickens also taste really good when you put them in batter and fry them.
Yeah,
They really do.
they do. Let's see.
Also, good for.
What are some of these others? The hen has been turned into an egg machine. In previous eras, she embodied the essence of motherhood.
No, it was a chicken. You cooked it. When it got too old to lay eggs, it became Sunday dinner.
Yes, they are also closely related to the T-Rex, who had short fucking arms that couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Then here we go. There's a call for solidarity, female solidarity. Are you ready, Red? Are you ready, Ishtar, for this call to female power? PETA encourages everyone to stand up with the systematic abuse of females of all species. Feminism already struggles to encompass the needs and perspectives of all human constituents. Here, borrow my copy of Bell Hooks, and now we're being chastised because our efforts don't extend to feathered animals who, I can say from personal experience with chicken raising, are about as bright as a doorstop. I mean that affectionately. My chickens are adorable, but they are winning no Nobel Prizes.
And chat, to answer your question, there already was a bit of a thing where milk was white supremacist thing.
Oh yeah,
last year.
I put milk in my bread. Makes it very nice.
I put milk in 5 million other things because it's useful.
I am nowhere near drunk enough to find any of this at all, woman empowering or inspiring or any of that bullshit.
Here we go.
I need way more alcohol for that.
This last paragraph, which I will get you when you're reading your article. This last paragraph is actually really good. If PETA wants to argue against industrialized egg production, be my guest, but do it on animal welfare grounds, not by accusing non-vegans of being bad feminists. Stay in your lane, PETA. You're less effective when you don't.
So even PETA's game beat up even by their people, quote unquote, on their side, going, go away. Go away.
PETA just made itself a laughing joke.
No, they did that a long time ago.
Like I said, they made themselves a laughing joke.
Damn Alien brings up a really good point. How do they know if the chicken identifies as female?
They just assume their gender.
They did. They assumed their gender.
How dare they?
You can't just assume a chicken's gender.
It's not right.
No. It is taking away the autonomy of the chicken.
It is. That's horrible.
How
dare they?
I am just so offended.
Yeah.
Are you offended for the chicken?
I am so offended for the chicken. You have no idea how I am going to become a CJW.
A CJW?
A chicken justice warrior?
Equal rights for chicken. Do you know the foul pay gap?
But do you realize that the roosters are the ones getting killed first?
Wait.
Don't speak logic to me. I'm a CJW. I don't believe in your nonsense. Equal rights for chickens.
Furry and Finley, how's it going? Furry says PETA tried to liberate bulls from a dairy farm.
Yes. I'm sure they got hurt for it.
They had to pull on that udder really fucking hard to get any milk.
But yeah, that was PETA being stupid.
Oh god.
Again.
Oh, all right. Let's go for some science, so we can get away from the ridiculousness of Ishtar's newfound CJW ship. She needs some science to clear her brain.
If you're not joining the CJWs, you are part of the problem.
Are we?
You are. Grim Brooding says he is an otherkin and his animal is a chicken. So we have a native amongst us
Yes,
who
yes,
will
we
be
do.
able to translate for us the valued and treasured ancient culture of the chicken. Grim, can you tell us what it's like to be a chicken? Do you have to fight with the turkeys in order to get your fair share of feed?
Well, the turkeys are just overgrown bullies who would steal their food.
See, we have already got problems with bullying chickens. Antoine is still laughing. He's gone to get me more alcohol. What about equal rights for black chickens?
Ooh.
Did you say equal rights for black chickens?
Yes, I did. And what about the ones who lay the brown eggs?
Wait, what about how it's racist that they dye the brown eggs white?
They are appropriating the eggs.
Yes,
How dare they? Furry and Finley says then you get the Nazi fox that kills and eats the chickens. No, they're just flat out murderers. And so are all the rest of you who eat chicken. Shame on you. I need way more alcohol to keep this going.
Yes.
Antoine's getting it for me. He's getting it for me. Oh my god, it's the first MSNBC of the New Year's and I'm already getting drunk. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What do I have? Oh, nice. Tequila and Coke. I'm going to be hyper and flirty. Boy, are you guys in trouble. That's good. Strange black ring spotted in skies above Russia, but is it a UFO?
Is it?
I
Wait,
don't
what?
know.
What's
We're going to
that?
find out.
You said strange black ring?
In Russia.
Yes,
All right.
but we don't know if it's a UFO.
It could
Do you
be.
know what it is?
No.
Then it is an unidentified flying object. It is a UFO. Congratulations. Article solved.
Ghost Dog's
Eyewitnesses
asking a question.
Huh. What about the chicken who sexually
No, he
identifies
said-
as...
So Sarah's into black cock rights.
We have to close the gap.
The farmers are the Nazis because they got the
The chooks in concentration camps sent to their death.
Oh my. We have gone down a very dark, sinister hole.
Tyro
Yes, we
says, what about a chicken who sexually identifies as a duck? You know what, Tyro? The other ducks should respect that chicken's decisions and accept
There are no such things as trans chickens.
you don't know that. You're being speciesist again. Don't make me get Zach on here.
I'm being speciesist.
You are.
They're being speciesist.
You're being speciesist against chickens and repressive against those who identify as ducks. Shame on you.
Just read the article, woman.
Eyewitnesses described the special shape as hanging in the air for a long time and said it looked like a UFO. Damn, our alien is correct. Human archist. What was that?
I'm not
God
a
damn it.
human artist because I'm not human.
Skip the survey. I don't give a shit about your surveys. A bizarre black ring has been filmed as it appeared in the skies above the Russian capital, Moscow.
Wait,
The
trans poultry, and Furry says cockatrice lives matter.
There you go. And Grim, don't you kink shame that chicken. So what if they like pigeons? They're right. The footage was shot by an eyewitness in a residential tower block in the district of, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that,
Say it.
ZYA.
Say it.
All right, fine. Zieblikovo.
There you
On
go.
Friday, December 7th. They described the special shape as hanging in the air for a long time and said it looked like a UFO. Although they added that it was most likely a smoke ring, but had no explanation as to how or why it was in the air. probably because smoke rises, and if there's no wind, it just stays put.
Wait, it's an UFO. No, it's probably a smoke ring. Don't worry about it. But it's really a UFO. Are you fucking kidding me?
Come on.
And these are the people that these are the people who supposedly rigged our election for Donald Trump.
Come on. Antoine, you're looking at this wrong way. I mean, we're not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
Yeah, I mean, Bren is losing more and more shirt as we keep talking about aliens. It's working out. I appreciate the aliens for this. The clip was posted online on December 23rd, with some speculating that it could have been caused by the weather, while others added that it looks similar to the effect after a big fireball, or fireworks. Viewer Carmen Wojtas said it's actually a ring formed from a fireball. They happen every night at Disneyland with their World of Color show after the big fireball. I saw the exact same thing and was super worried.
Super worried. Like, so worried.
But Issachar Israel did not agree with her assessment, adding, "This isn't Disneyland, nor did they say any traces of fireballs were going off in the description. Ooh. Everyone thinks they have an answer for it all these days."
Yeah, they said it was a fucking smoke ring.
It looks like a fucking smoke ring.
How's it going, Antihero?
Hey.
Antihero! Antoine's being speciest.
I'm not.
Yes. He's being specious against chickens.
How dare you?
Grim Brooding says that's clearly a space Cheerio.
Clearly.
I could believe that. Right before Grim
I got that joke, Grim.
The chicken uprising has begun.
Oh, God.
CJWs unite. Anti-hero, you are anti-CJW. Shame. Shame.
He's right, though. Chickens are delicious.
There will be no chicken eating in my house. We support the chicken's rights for autonomy and self-direction.
All right.
What if the chicken wants to be made into fried chicken, though?
That is suicide, and we should not help them. We have special chicken hotlines. Grim Brooding translates for them and helps them to understand that there are other solutions than suicide.
What?
Death by fryer is extremely painful.
What?
What part did you not understand, Mr.
All of it.
Program?
See, look, Anti-Hero loves rotisserie chicken because rotisserie chicken is delicious.
Anti-Hero is also speciest. Tyro, that is chicken slavery. You should not encourage that. You should be calling Chicken Protective Services.
Are you saying to call CPS on someone?
Yes.
On chickens.
On the chickens who are trying to sell their young into service. You don't do that.
Oh my God.
There needs to be welfare support programs to prevent the chickens from being forced to sell their children into slavery.
I don't know what to say. I can't.
I have rendered him speechless.
All right, we're going to move on. Florida man throws gas on woman, threatens to burn her with a torch.
Oh, Tyro has a good idea. Tell PETA about Chicken Protective Services. See if they fall for it.
And Little J Moxley is
Chickens are good for two things: cooking and covering in blood to summon the most evil being in the universe.
That is religious discrimination, Little J Moxley. Grim Brooding.
No, Antoine should walk around the house dressed as Colonel Sanders. There's too many chicken eggs coming into the country called chicken immigration. They don't have green cards. No, they just have green eggs.
Open your heart and your borders, Grim Brooding. These are poor refugee chickens who need our assistance. This country is a mass producer of grains and other such things that we can surely use to share with the immigrating chickens who are just fleeing conflict and persecution.
I'm sorry, I had to oppress her chicken nature. We're going to move on with the story.
Don't you mute me.
A Florida man is accused of throwing gasoline on and threatening to burn a 66-year-old woman while she was asleep on a couch on New Year's Eve, the Marin County Sheriff's Office said Wednesday. "You're going to burn tonight," Daniel Richard Jones, 40, told the victim as he walked towards her with a propane torch, according to deputies. The woman ran outside the home to her neighbors for help. Jones fled before deputies arrived and was reportedly found walking in the woods near the residence in Oklawaha. Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Which is about 10 miles north of the village's retirement community. Deputy Alan Lee and his canine Zeus, another story with Zeus in it, found Jones lying face down on the ground in a wooded area. Not responding to commands, Zeus bit Jones on the arm before the suspect was handcuffed and taken to the hospital to be treated for the wound. He was later taken to jail and charged with aggravated assault on a person 65 years of age or older, domestic, and battery on a person 65 years of age or older. Well, I guess that's just how you treat people who are older than 65.
You know what you could do? Is you could help the people who are older than 65 by encouraging them to open their homes to refugee chickens fleeing persecution in their nests of origin.
Do we need to hold a
Surely our audience
do we need to hold a telethon for your chickens?
Surely our audience can see fit to open their hearts and their wallets to ensure that these poor chickens find homes in good, non-exploitative portions of the country.
Yes,
Please, people, help these poor chickens.
Every dollar donated helps save a chicken's life.
Ishtar.
What?
You need to bring on the tears.
Do we need to play In the Arms of an Angel?
Does someone have that queued up?
No.
Did no one cue that up? We're supposed to be
No.
playing that right now. Shit.
Crib said, "I once met a chicken at a furry convention. Later that night, we walked together, and I asked why he was crossing the road. He got ran over by Muslim extremists. They hijacked a deep fryer."
This is just an example of species violence directed towards chickens every day. Please, won't you see fit to open your hearts and your wallets to help these poor chickens find a place?
Tears.
Yes.
You need tears. Ishtar, tears.
Please can't you help them and their poor little eggs and their little babies who are so cute and fluffy? Someone has to help them. Won't you be that person? $1 a day goes so far.
You too can help support these poor chickens by donating to my Patreon. $1 a month is all you need. And we can guarantee that we will give them good homes in my refrigerator.
Antihero is absolutely correct. Speciesism is just an offshoot of human anarchist sympathies.
Yes.
Don't be caught up, ladies and gentlemen, by being human anarchists. Strike back against speciesisms and support the chickens and their search for free and undefined lives.
You know, Ren, we don't even need a cringe article. We just need to let Ishtar just run at the mouth. It works just the same.
That's fine. Do you want to hear about the porn pictures in India?
Yes.
I need to refuel on my alcohol before I continue that. Keep going.
Yeah, well, we'll start with an Indian farmer posts porn stars photos.
Does he keep chickens?
No, he grows grain.
Oh, okay.
To ward
He'll
off
be spared
the
during
evil
the purge.
eye.
I mean, what?
So, an Indian farmer erects a large poster of actress Sunny Leone to keep his crops safe from the evil eye of fellow villagers. The unusual version of a scarecrow did the trick, he claims. This man has a large vegetable crop, and Banda Kandi Pale, a village in India's Norwell district, in the southern eastern state of goddamn Indian names, Andhra Pradesh or whatever. Recently, the farmer says his impressive crops have started to gain the attention of locals. This year, I have good crops on 10 acres. This has been attracting unnecessary attention of villagers and passers-by.
I would love, you know, for those of you in the chat, I would love to show you the pictures of the most gorgeous women, but I can't because this fucking computer froze again. So I will probably be dropping out here sometime soon. So you're just going to have to deal with looking at the more beautiful woman known as Renelations.
He is really working hard for those bath time privileges.
You have no idea.
Yes, he is. Keen to divert wandering eyes from his bumper crops of cauliflower and cabbage, Reddy knew that a conventional scarecrow may not be effective in this case, so he had to get creative. The farmer created mini billboard that stuck to support a revealing poster of the Canadian-born Indian-American porn star turned Bollywood actress Sunny Leone posing in a bikini. The poster reads, "Hey, don't cry or feel jealous of me." To ward off the evil eye, I thought the idea of putting up the big flax posters of Sunny Leone a couple days ago. The trick worked. Nobody is looking at my crops now.
No, because they're all looking at her.
So, if you need to ward off the evil eye to save your crop,
put up a porn picture.
Put up a porn poster, and you too can save your cabbage. See, he grows actual vegetables though.
That's
cabbage
very
and
good
cauliflower.
because chickens do enjoy vegetables, not just seeds and bugs. They do enjoy a nice fresh vegetable. It's actually very good for them. And Grim Brooding is absolutely correct. We need to change the hurtful things we say. Calling people chickens or saying that they have egg on their face is a harmful stereotype. We need to change what we say.
So you're a poultry speciesist.
I am not a poultry speciesist.
Are you then saying that you solely support just chickens?
I support all poultry life of all
poultry life
species. But
what
chickens are the hardest
What about
hit.
canine life? What about feline life?
Oh, what about foxes' lives?
As long as they're not... As we're focusing on the chickens here, who are the most unrepresented species currently known. We are not here to discuss the rights of canines or felines. We are here to discuss the abuse of chickens and how their children are ripped away from them before they even have a chance to live and used in... not even venerated. They are just used as ingredients.
So what you're saying is that you want to go and boycott Chick-fil-A.
We are absolutely boycotting Chick-fil-A.
But the question is, are you ever going to bake cookies?
Never again. I swear off cookies with eggs.
Okay. All right. Well, there are 19 people in the chat right now, and there's only 9 likes. Hit that like button, people. Get Ishtar's message out there. We are talking about chickens' lives mattering. Hit that like button. Share this around with everyone. Make sure they know that Ishtar is promoting non-chicken violence.
And when you are making your meal choices, when you are making your snack choices, reconsider the chicken. For if you boycott them, they will cease to exploit the chickens.
So Grim says egg salad isn't even a salad. It's just a bowl of death.
It is a bowl of death. We should all feel guilty for this.
Is that why it's called deviled eggs?
Exactly. See, you figured it out. It's the devil's influence. Strike back! Rejoin the lights! My poor wayward children! Come ye forth and be saved!
I think we need to go to a science article.
I think I've almost killed Antoine.
I think you have. I think you need to go to a science article. Science might bring him back.
Yes, Anti-Hero, we can see your posts.
We can see your post.
Just some things I'm not going to say on screen.
Grim Brooding is right. Please donate to Bucks for Clucks.
There you go. That's brilliant, Grim. Someone make t-shirts.
We just did a cringe article, Josh. We're moving on to science.
Okay, so I found...
Farry and Finley, I demand amnesty from the Asian restaurants. Oh. All right, just science. Something.
Science.
Mind control, time travel, future predictions, NASA, or Egypt. Take your pick.
I only have.
I found two more.
Well, no, we're gonna stick with the 3 that I have, which is the spacecraft, phones home, Egypt, or mind control. Pick one.
Mind control.
Mind control.
Hold on a second.
And yes, damn alien. They are pretty much all of them are cringe. Cash for Cox. That is a completely different. That is a completely different form of fundraiser.
Yeah.
All right, there are the 2 articles you don't have, Antoine. Okay. Mind control shock. How Soviet Union achieved great success with paranormal warfare.
So this is more stuff about Trump?
Yes.
No.
The Soviet Union took UFOs seriously with the KGB and the Soviet Defense Ministry, dedicating units collecting and analyzing information about paranormal activity, and a bombshell documentary has revealed.
Is this why Corvus is always talking about conspiracies?
Possibly. I don't know. Call him up and ask him.
No, he's sleeping.
I'll call him later.
Read.
Military experts even claimed to know how to summon UFOs and make contact with them during the height of the Cold War. For many years, reports of UFO sightings were treated in the Soviet Union as non-science or fiction not worthy of attention from serious scientists. In Amazon Prime's secret KGB files, the documentary reveals that under Nikita Khrushchev,
you can say that name.
I am getting seriously buzzed. My ability to pronounce anything is going through the roof. Great success has been achieved in the Soviet Union with the paranormal. What?
So, the more alcohol you get, the better you can pronounce names.
Apparently. Some of the first biogenerators and machines to alter human minds came to the scene. Hey, I wonder if we could find some of those machines so that we can reprogram people about chickens. The narrator explains that the Americans were worried about Soviet research programs because they knew that the Soviet Union would not use it for peaceful means. Do they know what the word peaceful means?
No,
They believe
they're Russian. Of course, they don't know what peaceful means.
They believed the Soviet Union was there to conquer and overtake the United States. It is claimed that the Kremlin hoped investigating reports of alien spacecraft could advance aeronautical design. The former Soviet Union was an ideal location for the study of unidentified flying objects, as no one took Russia seriously. Russia had more UFO sightings than any other nation. One reason for the multitude of UFO cases is that the Russian borders surround the largest landmass in the world. Of the reported UFO sightings, the most compelling case is known as the Dolnogorsk incident in January of 1986. It is the best documented crash because we do not have the fragments they have been analyzed. What? It is the best documented crash because we do not have the fragments. All right, there's supposed to be a period somewhere in there.
Probably.
They have been analyzed, said a research scientist. Beginning in 1917 and continuing until 2003. Oh my God, they were tenacious. The Soviets poured up to
Russian.
They were poured up. What?
They're Russian.
Right. The Soviets poured up to $1 billion into developing mind-controlling weaponry to compete with similar programs undertaken in the United States. The battle between the U.S. and the Soviet Union during the Cold War for technological and scientific one-upmanship included a costly effort that involved the two superpowers' attempts to develop mind-control weapons. A blog post at Physics Arziv blog, citing a new paper by researcher Sergei Kernbach, said that both the U.S. and the Soviet Union experimented with parapsychology, mind control, and remote influence. While some of the work was conducted by the U.S. on these topics is now public, much less is known about the Soviet body of knowledge, which reportedly cost about $1 billion to gather. The blog post said the Soviets had a similar program. This included experiments in parapsychology, which the Soviets called psychotronics. The work built on a long-standing idea in Soviet science that the human brain could receive and transmit certain kinds of high-frequency electromagnetic radiation, and that this could influence other objects too. They're preparing to take control of the chickens.
So, I'm not going to pronounce his name. Yeknomeno says, "Isn't peaceful a 50-piece bucket of tofu turkey?
Tofurkey. Antihero goes, in Russia, seriously, take you. In Russia, there is no UFOs. It's DTOs, drunkenly thrown objects. You're welcome.
I was gonna say, not bad.
Call Corvus. I can have a conversation with him right now. I'm about halfway through that drink you poured me. And my nose is starting to go numb.
Oh, you getting all red-nosed?
No, it's just going numb.
It means that she's starting to get a little blasted.
Ah.
I'm getting what?
Blasted.
Yeah. When my teeth start vibrating, my front teeth, that we know that's a dangerous sign. They haven't gotten there yet.
All right, let's do some Florida man. Florida man arrested after malnourished dogs found eating each other.
Aww.
Sad.
Dude.
I need way more alcohol for this article.
Antihero says, "Da, and we give no fucks. We ride bear cavalry with magnificent leader Vladimir Putin."
I will bring my army of chickens, and we shall rise against the speciesists. Purge them.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that part.
Lakeland police say Jenna Smith, 54, was in possession of 5 pit bulls that were deprived of sustenance. after officers responded to animal complaint at his home on 12th Street West.
Oh, this is just sad.
Disclaimer, the details from the arrest report might be considered disturbing to some readers. The
Yeah.
officer who responded to Smith's home said he found 2 dogs chained to the ground, 3 in a medium-sized cage and 1 in a large cage. One of the dogs in the medium cage was dead, the officer said, with most of its neck and skull eaten by the other 2 dogs.
Sad.
The dogs were considerably malnourished, with their rib cages and hip bones clearly visible due to starvation. One of the dogs found alive in the medium cage also had parts of its tail bitten off. The officer also observed no food or water in any of the bowls. There was no overhead cover to protect the animals from the elements, the officer noted. Smith told officers he would feed the dogs a mixture of dog food, rice, and beans to ensure they had water every day. He admitted he had never taken the dogs to a veterinarian. When asked about the deceased dog found in the medium cage, Smith told officers that he thought the dog died of parvo the night prior. Animal control officers on scene told police they believed the dog was eaten by the other 2 pit bulls due to starvation. All of the dogs that the officers saw appeared to be starving. Animal control showed up and also confirmed that as well. The Lakeland police spokesperson said Lakeland police spokesperson Gary Gross. Well, Gary Gross, I guess it could be. Get the GG going there. Smith is charged with felony cruelty to an animal. This is one of the worst in a long time that we've had. Anybody hates to see a dog that is starved, but when you have 2 dogs feeding off another, it's shocking. Smith signed away ownership to the 3 male dogs, but declined to sign away the 2 female dogs. All 5 dogs were transported to animal control. Parvo tests were done on all 5 dogs, and all 5 were negative for parvo.
No, that's good.
There we go. Antonio says, kill the chickens, save the dogs.
No!
I don't like that story.
See? Grim Brooding is right. We got all this attention for dogs, but chickens get slaughtered by the millions every month. There is no justice in this world. Stand up against the cruelty towards chickens. I'm getting way too buzzed to continue that tirade.
Yes.
Grim Brooding, you are my second in command. Continue the chicken
Doesn't need to be second in
justice
anything.
search. Huh? What?
No.
No what?
No.
I have plenty of alcohol.
All right, let's go with some cringe.
All right. The rise of artificial intelligence could hurt women's careers and widen the gender gap.
God.
The growth of jobs in the emerging industries such as IT and engineering is set to disappointingly hurt women and the progress made in reducing pay inequality. That's according to a new report from the World Economic Forum. It found that despite the fact that gender pay gap in the difference between the average earnings of men and women has been narrowing over recent years, there's still 202 years ahead before compensation parity is finally reached.
There will never be compensation parity. It will not happen.
The process
Somebody go listen to Shoe on Head.
The process could get even lengthier. If progress is not made in bringing more women into the workforce.
There
We're
we go.
looking. Yeah.
We can do it. I can't remember. Rosie the Riveter, that's her name.
Yes. The woman who only worked for one day had that painted and then went right back to being a housewife. We're looking at these.
Don't use logic.
I did not know that about her.
She only worked for one day. And then she quit because it was too hard.
Wow, that sucks.
And she went right back to being a housewife. Quote, we're looking at these big structural changes, which I think are creating a drag on what a strong momentum towards gender equality, said Sahida Zadi, managing director and head of social and economic agendas at World Economic Forum. The gender gap is 3 times larger in the tech technical artificial intelligence industry than in other sectors, with women making up just 22% of the workforce. But let's move ahead because they're good. It's not much longer. That is not the only harmful pay parity. That's not the only not only harmful for advancing pay parity and gender equality more generally, but also creates issues with technology itself. If AI is programmed to almost if AI is almost exclusively programmed by men, there's a risk the gender bias will slip into the machines too.
Oh
Quote,
no. Programmable machines are going to have gender biases.
Woo!
The feminists and the MGTOW are going to lose their goddamn minds.
All that matters is the rights for chickens. I don't know why you guys are finding this difficult.
It is absolutely crucial that those people who create AI are representative of the population as a whole. A lack of diversity means we're not actually reflecting the population, and we have a huge problem. The WEF report pointed out that some industries and institutions are making progress in encouraging more women to become involved in emerging technologies. Those are the education and healthcare sectors and nonprofit, where the talent pool of women in AI outweighs men. So basically, women are more interested in being in healthcare than engineering.
Shocker.
And here's the last quote. The diversity, including gender diversity, of views amongst innovators is vital to ensuring the economic opportunities created by AI do not increase existing gender inequalities, and that the new AI systems serve the needs of the society at large.
Look, we all know that this is just going to create the Matrix, and then we're all fucked anyway. So I agree with Yekno Minnow. Just remember to welcome our robot overlords when they arrive and hope that they treat the chickens better.
They will treat the chickens better. Under our robot overlords, if we will see nothing but chicken flocks running wild over the plains as they once did in the great beyond.
Aren't chickens not necessarily actually natural to the U.S. and North America?
Yes.
Where you go with those facts things again? Shut up. Grim Brooding is right. If you visit a KFC at night, you can hear the screams of the chicken dead begging for mercy. Begging for you to rescue them. Please, people. Just for $1 a day. Not even $1 a day. $1 tonight alone will go very far.
Like I said, if you donate to my Patreon, even for $1 a month, you will save so many young chickens' lives by having them stored in my cryogenic freezer to where they can be birthed later when chicken rights are in full effect.
Oh, and if you donate a lot to help support chicken rights, Antoine will read more of Alina Dunham's book.
Shh.
Please, won't you help the chickens and their little chicks
Yes.
live a better life?
For every $10 donated is another paragraph the Antoine will read.
Let's go back to some science. Do we want to talk about Egypt or NASA spacecraft phoning home?
Time travel shock. Speed of light is final proof aliens built pyramids.
We don't have
claims
that article.
researcher. I put it in the side chat.
I don't. God damn it. Not one of the
Ancient
ones.
pyramids of Giza have been built by advanced alien visitors, according to shock new claims from a researcher.
Ooh.
Conspiracy theorists have claimed for decades the construction of the ancient wonders were far beyond the means of the early Egyptians, so they must have had outside help. Researchers believe that extraterrestrials left vital clues in the design of the pyramids, which prove it could not have been our ancestors who built the extraordinary feats of engineering. And the experts claim the truth lies behind one thing: the coordinates. Speed of light is big number.
229,792,458 meters per second.
Thank you. And the geographic coordinates for the Great Pyramid are another big number.
That's not a big number. That's 29.9792458 degrees north.
Thank you. DailyStar.co.uk reports. What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. However, humans could not measure the speed of light with this precision until 1950, thousands of years after the pyramids went up. Traveling at the speed of light is theorized as being the only way to time travel, and believers claim the advanced aliens could have returned to Earth from the future to build the monuments. YouTube researcher Manu Saysfas sneeze. It is possible that those who placed the Great Pyramid on the Giza Plateau had an inkling of the speed of light to a degree of accuracy not possible without highly technical equipment. One of his followers said, "The speed of light in the metric system appears in the design and location of the Great Pyramid, and the decimal point is slid along the value. Aliens chose this location for a reason. This striking similarity is difficult to accept as a coincidence."
Damn Alien says it was the ancient race of star chickens. And Grim Brooding knows the name, the Cluckians, from the poultry system.
Shh! They don't want you to talk about them, Grim. This is the agreement that we made with them in exchange for freedom for our chicken brethren. So, shh!
Well, brings up the old question, which came first, the space chicken or the egg?
The space chickens evolved beyond having to give birth by eggs. It's all it's all tubes now. It's fine. Don't stop talking about them, or they're... Anyway, where were we? Aliens chose... there can be no doubt that it is a mathematically intelligent design associated with the stellar belief of its builders. Believers of the ancient aliens theory claim extraterrestrials also came to help build Stonehenge and Wiltshire in the UK and other ancient monuments connected with the cosmos. They have dubbed the hypothetical advanced visitors as ancient astronauts.
Oh, space chickens.
Shh!
I mean, if you look, the pyramids look like giant chicken coops.
Chicken coops come in a variety of different shapes. Do not be speciesist, Antoine. And everybody knows that if you listen to the chickens and you fight for their rights, you too will be reborn one day as a chicken.
The Poltraminati. I can't even say that fucking word. The Poltraminati.
Yes.
Grim says chickens could once fly at the speed of light, but they sacrificed their power to protect us from the mutant chicken hawks.
You see the self-sacrifice provided by these noble poultry? Please stand up for their rights. Protect them as they once protected us.
Antoine, side chat.
Oh,
the theory suggests they were mistaken for gods, as chickens should be, by our ancestors who depicted images of them in ancient artwork, which are now said to show pictures of aliens and flying saucers. They supposedly visited Earth thousands of years ago, studied different tribes, and were mistaken for gods. One conspiracy website, outerworlds.com, dedicates a whole section to the argument that aliens built the pyramids. The theory says that because two imaginary diagonal lines extend from the pyramids on either side of the River Nile Delta, the early Egyptians could not have known this when building them to be so accurate with their positioning. With their precise measurements and alignments with celestial bodies and magnetic north, it has long been argued that our ancestors around 4,600 years ago would have been unable to physically build the ancient pyramids of Giza. The theory says the ones which were supposedly built to house the remains of dead pharaohs, the ones you thought were built by Egyptians, well, you are wrong. How did you get that evidence? You're not supposed to have that. They're gonna come down and take us over now. See what you have done to us.
They left this evidence on YouTube.
It's a conspiracy. The theory says the ones which were supposedly built to house the remains of dead pharaohs, the ones you thought were built by the Egyptians, well, you are wrong. They were built by aliens. Here's what really happened. A couple of aliens flying high enough over the earth to be able to see where the Nile Delta's origin is easily saw what orientation the pyramid would need to be in order to have its diagonals lie on those two lines. Outerworld.com also says that the Great Pyramid lines up almost exactly with the magnetic North Pole. It says, how would the Egyptians possibly have built their pyramid facing the exact magnetic North Pole without even having a compass? Those aliens, abundant in their knowledge and drowning in technology, came along, and using their compasses, they landed on Earth and found the actual magnetic North and South Poles. Then they built the pyramids. However, it is a huge leap to go from a mystery of how they were built to saying it was aliens. On the flip side, AncientAliensDebunked.com is equally passionate about the evidence that humans could have built the pyramids when history tells us they were constructed. In an article about the pyramids, the website says the so-called unfinished obelisk is 1,000 tons and made of granite, but was abandoned midway through because a crack developed. It said this stone, because it is unfinished, gives us direct insight into how to cut and shape granite as well as other stones. Stop spreading the Cluckians are gonna come back, man, and we had to deal with them not to let this out. And somebody did, and now we're all gonna be in trouble. They're gonna imprison the human race, and instead of being able to fight for chicken rights like we should be, we're all gonna be serving them and cleaning their nests. I hope you're proud of yourself, Antoine. After the stones
come back, man.
After the stones have been roughly shaped using pounding stones, they begin to polish them with grinders. There have been many types of... Do you want me to stop? Is that why you're doing this? You're trying to summon them. That actually might work, now that I think about it. Then we can plead for their mercy. We might all be saved. Come, children, to the light of the chickens. Allow them to save you. Turn your backs on the devil spawn that is Chick-fil-A. Yes, TM Writer, be proud of chicken legs. Shape your legs into chickens so that they know that you are one of them. Show that you honor them by decking your body with false feathers, not real ones, because that would be very speciest, and that would be abuse of chickens, and we don't want that.
What if it was chickens who died of natural causes, and their feathers?
That is desecration of their corpses. You need false feathers.
But hey,
false feathers.
We've killed the Antoine.
Ren, apparently you need to check your tits, hon.
Yeah. They're fixed. One was about to, but it does that with this.
Hey, it's Florida
Do we still have a Mox? Mox?
Hello.
He's muted again.
He's come to register his support for the chicken rights. He is a firm CJW and will stand with me on this. Being a Floridian who has grown up seeing flocks of chickens wandering free and happy amongst the crack dens of Florida.
Cubans.
What?
Those are not chickens, those are Cubans.
True story. I lived in St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And you would see chickens just randomly wandering the street. And, people would just, hey, there's my chicken. And go get it and take it home. And you'd see flocks of them. Goats, too. Goats were just random. They couldn't keep their livestock where they're supposed to. And then the chickens, at least they recognized the chicken rights to go where they wanted to go. But they kept kidnapping them. Go figure.
Well, what if it was dinner time and they had to feed the chickens and the chickens weren't coming back for dinner?
They are autonomous individuals who are free to decide when they wish to feed and when they don't.
All right, look, I have something that supports that you'll like. All right, I have a Florida story that you'll like.
Mm-hmm.
Florida man arrested for attacking McDonald's employee over not getting a straw.
Fight for your straw.
You should probably like it because McDonald's serves chickens, so anything that happened to the
Anything
employee.
anti-oppressor of the chickens needs to be shamed publicly.
St. Petersburg, Florida. We're not letting her finish her last article. She's 3 sheets to the fucking wind.
Getting there, yeah.
St. Petersburg, Florida. A St. Petersburg man spent New Year's Day in a jail cell after police say he attacked a McDonald's employee for not giving him a straw. Yasmin James was behind the counter of the McDonald's on 34th Street South when St. Pete police say 41-year-old Daniel Taylor forcefully grabbed her and pulled her up onto the counter, according to police. James defended herself by punching Taylor in the face as he held on to her shirt collar. Oh, this is the video.
Yes, it is.
Oh!
Wow!
Hit him in the fucking face! You do that!
Beat the shit out of him!
Oh no, teeth are vibrating.
That's right, kick his ass!
World star! World star!
Over a straw, really? Yeah, they have dispensers for straws. This isn't California.
I like that I know you guys can't hear it, you can only see it, but he says to the manager, I want her fired right now, even though he struck at her first. Fuck you. All right, let's finish this. Brenda Bianduti. Bianduti? That's a fucked up last name.
That is.
Another customer in a restaurant at the time pulled her phone out as she saw the argument escalating seconds before Taylor grabbed James. Brenda says the argument started when Taylor went over to the condiment bar to grab a straw. When he noticed there were none, she says he began screaming at the employees. He was yelling and walking toward the counter, and the young lady behind the counter told him that it's the law now that we're not allowed to have straws in the lobby, she said. The new law, which took effect on January 1st in St. Petersburg, says restaurants can't have straws out. Instead, customers must request the straw. In 2020, plastic straws will no longer be allowed in restaurants at all, and businesses will have to find an alternative.
Wait, that's in California and Florida as well?
Are you fucking kidding me? What are we? What? We're all just gonna get fucking sippy cups?
Yes. I love sippy cups. I want with a cat on it. Can I have one with a cat on it? I would put my tequila and Coke in it. It's awesome. But no, I need one with a chicken on it. Chickens are my new animals.
Oh, God. They started exchanging words laced with profanity, and he said there's no such law that exists, and she was saying, yes, it is a law. She says after seeing how the man reacted, she thinks he needs help. Brenda says after leaving, he came back into the store and yelled at the manager. In the police report, it says Taylor kicked another employee in the stomach on his way out. That man has some problems.
Somebody needs anger therapy. Jesus Christ. Or one of your tequila and Coke drinks, because goddamn, I'm buzzed.
Taylor was arrested and charged with 2 counts of simple battery. Even if it was a mistake, just ask politely. Treat people the way you want to be treated, Brenda said. McDonald's
What? Wait.
What?
What if he wanted to be treated like shit? What if he's a masochist?
Okay. Side chat. You'll like this.
Let me finish.
This is for her.
It's for her.
It's a chicken sippy cup!
Oh, God.
Somebody buy this for me.
McDonald's would not allow their employees to talk about the incident, but sent this statement. Oh, yeah, because they're not talking about it. Not at all. Our highest priority is always the safety and well-being of our... Yeah, no, it's not. They're lying. Of our employees and customers at our restaurant. It's more customers than employees. We have been in contact with the police department and are fully cooperating with their investigation. I don't know what was in his mind, but I just hope he gets the help that he needs, Brenda said, who believes James handled herself appropriately. Yeah, whoop that motherfucker's ass! She had to do what she was doing. She's a petite girl, and I just felt she did the right thing. Our reporters have spoken to the McDonald's employee, Yasmin James, who tells us she has not been fired following this incident, as rumors circulating on social media claim. Good, she deserves to keep her job. Because she did... This is actually a case of she didn't do nothing.
Yes, it is.
All right.
And there you go. You can. There you go, Ish. If you want a chicken sippy cup, I have located one.
I'm
Hey!
so happy. It's Zombie Moxley.
No.
All right, there's the chicken sippy cup. This is what they're going to be giving you at Chick-fil-A.
It's so
Hey.
cute. It's got a little handkerchief. It's a stylish chicken. This is why
There's also
chicken.
a bear.
No, we don't.
No, panda.
We don't care about those. We care about the chicken because the chicken are superior.
Uh,
What part of CJW are you missing?
She's decided she must have a chicken sippy cup.
Hi.
Hi, Mox.
So, New Year's, right? And I went to Florida, right?
Uh-huh.
With the cousin, and he gave me this thing called Everglade Dream, right?
Uh-huh.
Oops.
And next thing you know, we're up to our nose in puss.
That's a
Oops.
problem.
Yeah, we actually have a show on AMC before The Walking Dead. It's called Jay in Florida.
Mox,
And then I got sick.
do you need to go back to bed and sleep?
That would help my nose.
That.
How am I doing on your portion of things, Moxley? Am I
I'm
doing
so
good?
fucking high right now.
Wait, so was you being up to your nose in puss like a legit thing, or were you hallucinating? I think
Yeah.
he's hallucinating. All right,
I
let's
think
get-
he's hallucinating. I'm just gonna send stuff to Ish on side chat.
Okay, I'm not
Yeah,
clicking.
you're the only black guy I know that can't say the N word.
I'm the only black guy you know that can see it. I'm not saying it, Moxley.
Cool.
All
I
right.
love you guys.
We love you too, Moxley.
I
Get
have to
better.
go- I have to go sleep. Bye.
All right. See you later, Moxley.
Bye.
Sleep it off.
Chicken suck.
Ishtar, you're still muted.
No, she's not. I think she's distracted. I put 2 other chicken related things in side chat.
All right.
It-
Ish.
Ish.
No, I think a microphone. She has a button on the microphone that she mutes herself with.
Ah.
All right. So let's go ahead and read your last cringe article.
Yes. This one is funny. Police mourn loss of fire ravaged donut truck. Is indeed
I'm back.
You sure?
Yeah, I had to go. There was tequila in my nose.
You know, you're supposed
Everything
to snort.
smells like Exo Cafe.
You're supposed to snort caffeine, cocaine, not tequila.
It's Moxley's fault.
Grim Brooding is bringing up time to make Antoine Poltwan. We'll dress him up as a chicken.
No, we
Yes!
won't.
Hashtag Poltron. Poltwan, not Voltron. Poltron. Is way too much complications for my drunk ass. What time
All
do
right,
I work tomorrow?
There's a video here.
Hey, it's a video.
Is it quick?
Is it a good video? What did it get on Rotten Tomatoes?
This is a poor Krispy Kreme truck, which was burning the contents of the sad. So the donuts went away. They died.
All right.
Toast the donuts. You can't see it, but I'm lifting my glass, toasting the donuts.
Here's an option for you. There is. You can look at this. We can always put them in something like this.
No, I can see the fucking side.
Cosplay Halloween costume pajamas. Yes.
But it's not just the poor policeman who's gone viral. Other police departments have sent their condolences for the donuts being burnt. One even said that they are preparing to send backup, and they hope that they like sprinkles. It is tough times when donut trucks catch fire. Very
the
tough
smell
times.
of melting sugar shall linger forever.
So she's 3 sheets.
I'm
Yes.
losing track of what I'm supposed to be saying.
So should we just, we're gonna.
I'm almost
skip-
done with this glass that you gave me, man.
We are going to skip the last science article. We'll go to
But
the-
I have a great article. The person who predicted 9/11 and Brexit has made 2019 predictions.
What?
Baba Vanga, who predicted 9/11 and Brexit, makes 2019 predictions, and the EU should worry.
I don't have that.
I sent it to you.
Oh, God damn it!
Here, I will send it.
I fucking got it.
Okay. Baba Vanga, the blind mystic. Huh?
Baba Vanga.
That's what I said.
Is it?
What?
I've never heard of this person.
I don't know. Okay, you found the article. The blind mystic, who many claim predicted 9/11, Brexit, and the rise of ISIS, had 3 major predictions for 2019. The Bulgarian peasant, I almost said president, the Bulgarian peasant who correctly predicted that the 44th president of the U.S. would be African American, has predicted a European economic collapse, a tsunami will wipe out parts of Asia, and Russia will be hit by a giant meteorite. And Russian President Vladimir Putin has also been warned to watch his back, as Baba predicted there will be an assassination attempt on his life in 2019. U.S. President Donald Trump is also predicted to fall ill with a mysterious illness which will cause him to suffer from nausea, tinnitus, brain trauma, and hearing loss. It's okay, it won't change the quality of his tweets. The Bulgarian peasant who corrected...
Damn, woman, burn!
Hi. The Bulgarian president, the Bulgarian peasant who correctly predicted that the 44th president of the U.S. No. Shut up and let me finish the sentence before I lose my track of what I'm doing. Also warned massive megaquakes will happen in the next 12 months. Ms. Vanga's first prediction could also be plausible, as Europe's economy teeters on the edge in the wake of Brexit and Italian meltdown, which has sparked fears of another euro crisis. While Baba, who is said to have predicted the 2004 tsunami that killed an estimated big number of people, has also warned a tsunami will hit Asia and wipe out several countries in the areas and other places around the world, including Pakistan, India, Japan, and Indonesia. And some of them could really use that because they're very crowded. The chilling prediction comes after at least 3 twos of
Somebody
people.
clip that.
What?
Somebody clip that and send it to me.
Okay. The chilling prediction comes after at least 3 twos of people were killed and
At
Eight-
least 3 twos of people.
843 injured after a tsunami hit coastal towns in Indonesia's Sunda Strait. Don't laugh at me, I'm drunk. Meanwhile, Miss Cat, hi Cat, hello. Mr. Putin has already revealed himself that he has been the target of 4 assassination attempts, which prompted him to surround himself with an elite team of snipers that go bear riding with him. The move comes after former Cuba's leader Fidel Castro, who survived more than 50 assassination attempts during his life, made the suggestion. Mr. Putin said, he said, do you know why I'm still alive? I asked him why. Because I was always the one to deal with my security personally. And Ms. Venga's mega quake warning comes as experts warned a massive earthquake and powerful tsunami could devastate the northwest of the U.S. Shit, that's where we live.
Yeah, that would be bad.
So
Yeah?
you want her to be wrong.
Yeah. The west coast of the United States is described as being built on a time bomb, as it sits along a series of fragile fault zones, including the San Andreas Fault and the Cascadias.
San Andreas.
It said San Andreas.
San
the-
Andreas?
It does. It says San
Run
Andreas.
to Mexican.
I don't
San
care.
Andreas.
Don't be racist, man. Andrea could be whatever she wants to be. The Cascadian, it says 2 those there. The Cascadian subduction zone. And experts,
Seduction zone?
that's what you're in there, Ren. You're in the seduction zone. And experts say it's just a matter of time before the Cascadia zone, along with the Pacific Ring of Fire, snaps, unleashing earthquakes which could measure up to 9 on the Richter scale and monstrous tsunamis. Ms. Vanga is credited with predicting the Boxing Day tsunami and the 9/11 terror attacks and Mr. Obama's presidency, which are not small events. You gotta think. The Bulgarian, who died in 1996, aged 85, has long been valued as a master prophet because of her purported 85% success rate. Ms. Vanga, often referred to as Nostra whatever from the Balkans, made hundreds of predictions during her 50-year career as a clairvoyant, with many alluding to naturally disasters. I am not swearing that. It says naturally disasters.
That is the article, not you being drunk.
Yeah. Her predictions go all the way to the 51st century when she said the world would end.
This article
Uh-huh.
was written with autocorrect on from Samsung.
Entirely possible because your autocorrect sucks. Just saying. Sorry.
All right, let's end this with a bang, shall we?
You stay out of Ren's bathtub until she gets there. You wait for an invitation, Buster.
Thought I had an open invitation.
Wait, he asked for an invitation before coming in?
That's why I said it's an open invitation. I mean, no one ever told me
Kinky.
no.
Antoine, I'm out of drink.
That's all right. It's a.
I don't think you need more.
more.
Totally need more.
Last article of the night. Police.
Vampires.
A man worried about vampires intentionally burns down his home.
That is a good reason to burn down your home. Also, spiders.
This is a face of sanity.
Looks like the face of a man.
Volusia County, Florida. A Florida man has been charged with arson after police say he screamed about vampires before intentionally setting his own house on fire while a woman was inside.
That's a little awkward date.
I think it's more than a date.
Melvin Weaver, 64, was arrested at the Dayton Beach Police Department on Sunday about 7:42 p.m. Officers were called to a home in reference to a fire. Dispatched informed officers that Weaver had a large knife and was knocking on doors, saying his house was on fire and the victim was inside. As officers were arriving to the scene, Weaver approached the patrol car with a large knife. Officers were able to take the knife away from Weaver and placed him into handcuffs. Officers then made contact with the victim, who told officers that she had been with Weaver for 20 years and married 8 years. Yeah, a little bit more than a date. Good call. Man.
Awkward way to say you want a divorce.
Yes.
Just do what I did and be upfront about it. It's like,
That is not how setting the house on fire with them in it is not how you ask for a divorce.
The victim said earlier that day Weaver had been rambling and began to get worse, so she called 911 to Baker Act him. I don't know what that means. She stated when officers arrived on scene.
Baker Act is when you can and have someone hospitalized and held in a mental institution without them willingly signing themselves in.
Gotcha. Learn something every day.
That's a bunch of numbers, one though, isn't it?
She stated when officers arrived on scene, Weaver was in sound mind and could not be Baker acted. She said Weaver acted as if he was okay, even though he did try to let his dog out on the responders. Then the victim said later the same day, Weaver ran out into the street screaming. Not long after, she could hear him screaming, "The vampires are going to defend themselves!" When she went to check on him, he grabbed a wooden cane and swung it at her, hitting her in the forearm. The victim told officers that Weaver started to break windows in the house, so she went to her room to pack clothes to leave for the night. Like a vampire would?
The vampire is perfectly in their right with which to team up with chickens and escape the oppressive dude who set the house on fire.
When the victim came out of the room, she yelled at Weaver, "You're crazy!" According to the police report, when Weaver heard her, he began to tear the insulation from the ceiling, because that's what you do. The victim said he then placed the insulation from the ceiling on the stove and cut the stove on. The victim stated the kitchen immediately caught on fire, and Weaver grabbed a large knife and ran out of the front door down the street. According to the victim, Weaver only takes pain medication for his cancer and is not sure if he took any other drugs, like the meth. She was not sure if he had taken his pain medication that day. It was meth. WPLG reports the home was completely destroyed in the fire. Weaver is being charged with felony aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and felony arson occupied structure. He was taken to the Volusia County Branch Jail.
As he should, trying to oppress the vampires and the chickens. It's not cool, man.
What part of that was chickens?
It's always about the chickens.
She's adding chickens to everything.
It's always about the chickens. That's what part of being a CJW is all about. You have to sign a contract in blood.
Sure it's not yolk?
That is murder of unborn chickens, man. That's not cool.
It's just an aborted fetus.
That is wrong. You should honor them. They all have human rights.
What if the chicken didn't want to have the
human
baby?
rights, chicken rights.
Yeah, what if the chicken didn't want the baby?
Well, that is the chicken's right.
So you're pro-choice.
So in theory, if the chicken didn't want the baby and let the people take the chicken egg away.
Damn, Alina's right. It didn't say they weren't vampire chickens. Could be vampire chickens.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've had CJWs and PETA. We've had people thinking vampires are real. Alien time travel. Admitted smoke rings that Russians thought were UFOs. And 8-year-old boys that are going to be having periods. All of these
PETA's just an attention whore.
All of these.
And a very drunk Ishtar.
And a very, very drunk Ishtar. I think it's been a good show. What do you think, Rin?
I think so.
For the very first show, very first MSNBC of the new year, my name is Antoine the Great. I've been joined by the lovely and adorable and gorgeous Ren from Revelations and the renewed Shitlords Anonymous. We have
Yep.
also been joined by the very, very drunk and, hot Ishtar.
Thank you.
You're welcome, darling.
I'm a drunk white girl. That automatically makes me hot.
Or slutty, one of the two.
I'll take either one.
Which, from her own Twitch channel and Army of Snarkness, where she plays Sarah. My name once again is Antoine the Great. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope to see you guys next time. Have a wonderful evening. Remember,
Bye.
the best news comedy show on YouTube, MSNBC, my snarky news broadcasting channel. All of the news, none of the pants. Good evening and good night.